The last time I put out an album, that night, I remember blasting it in my bedroom and grabbing my hairbrush, pretending it was a mic, and just singing and dancing around my room in the mirror. Hey, I'm Ruth, and these are my firsts for NME. So the first artist I ever fell in love with was probably, I'm gonna say Avril Lavigne. Yeah, when I was super young. I think I was like 7 years old, and she was like the queen, princess of Canada. So all my friends and I thought we were rock stars, and we would like try to dress like her and paint our nails black. So yeah, I would definitely say Avril Lavigne was the first artist I ever like idolized. First CD I ever bought. So when I was younger, I listened to a lot of like Christian rock, which is kind of random. But my parents used to take my brother and I to this little store called Christian Publication, and we would like pick out books and CDs. And so this band that I was like obsessed with was called Stellar Cart. So that was definitely the first CD I bought. Really good. My brother and I loved their stuff. So yeah, go check them out if you haven't heard them. Wow. First band t-shirt I owned, I don't even know, but I mean, I definitely remember buying my first Justin Bieber t-shirt when I went to his concert. I was probably 14 years old. So yeah, I was definitely a big Belieber back in the day. So yeah, I think that was probably my first like band artist t-shirt ever. First tattoo I ever got is this little one right here on my wrist. It says, "Be still." And I got that, I think I was in LA recording my very first album. I was 21 years old. And I just needed a little reminder to like chill out and like breathe and just be calm, because my life was going crazy at the time. So I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell my parents, which is crazy thinking back, but I just got it and sent them a photo, and they were like, okay, she's getting tattoos now. Be still. Right, so the first concert I ever went to was Bieber when I was 14 years old. My best friend, Brittany, she surprised me with tickets for my birthday, I think, and she gave me the tickets in front of like my classmates, which was kind of embarrassing because I freaked out and like ran downstairs and was going nuts. But yeah, that was like such an amazing concert. I was so obsessed with him, so being able to see him live was crazy. First festival, you know what? I haven't been to like an actual music festival. I've always wanted to go to like Coachella or something, so hopefully when this pandemonia is over, I'll be able to go. Yeah, I mean, now I've played at a few, but like I don't even know the name, so yeah. First song I ever finished writing was called Lost Boy. That was like the first legit song that I ever sat down to write, which is crazy now to think back, just because I always loved writing, I always loved singing, but I never put the two together until that song. But yeah, it's now a song that's completely changed my life, so I'm really thankful for it, and it helped me realize how much I love writing. First live gig I played. Okay, so this is kind of hard to answer just because as Ruth, like once I started doing music, I had never really performed in front of people. So my management was like, well, you need to get into the habit of like performing in front of people. So they would just book me like little bars and stuff here in Edmonton where there would be like maybe 6 people. So for like a month, my best friend and I, Brittany, would just like drive around and like play at different cafes, and I would be so nervous. It was usually like an audience of like 6 grandmas, but I would still be like super scared. But it got me prepared for my actual first show, which I believe was in Chicago, and that was like the craziest experience ever. I think it was at a club called Shuba's, and the room was like packed, and I just remember the first time like seeing people sing with me and like sing the songs that I had written was like mind-blowing, and it still is to this day. Like anytime I play a show and people are singing my songs with me, I'm always like, this is the most insane thing ever. Yes, first time hearing my song on the radio, I was actually, I think in Sacramento, and we were driving and we were doing a bunch of like radio interviews, and then the announcer was like, and up next, Lost Boy, Ruth B, and it was so crazy, and like I just remember being blown away. And still, anytime I hear that song out in public, like I'll be at the dentist and it'll like come on, and like the dentist is doing the stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, like it never feels like real life hearing that song or any song of mine out in public. So yeah, it's crazy for sure. first festival I performed at, okay, so I don't remember the name of this particular event, but it was like a radio show the first summer that I was like after Lost Boy, and I think I want to say it was a crowd of like 5,000, so it was pretty big for me at the time. I was shook, and so I got up there, and obviously everyone's anticipating Lost Boy, and I start singing, and maybe like 30 seconds into the song, I completely blank on the lyrics, and like I'm up there and I'm just like not knowing what to do, and I'm completely mortified. And then the audience, they like felt my vibes and my energy, so they started singing like extra loud to like help me recover from this horrifying moment. And so they sang like a third of the song, and I kind of chimed in at the end when stuff started coming back to me, but I think it was just the nerves of like all those people staring at me and whatnot. Felt crazy. But yeah, that was my first like outdoor gig, so yeah, hopefully gets better from there, because that was pretty dark. I had, yeah, stress from that for a while. So first thing I'm gonna do when the album is released, there's not many options considering we are in a pandemic, so I can't go out and like have a massive party. But I think for me, it's always just so important to spend time with the people I'm closest with, my family, and my best friends. And the last time I put out an album, that night, I remember blasting it in my bedroom and grabbing my hairbrush, pretending it was a mic, and just singing and dancing around my room in the mirror. Kind of like how I used to when I was a little kid. I think, I don't know, that just connects me to who I am, and it feels just so like real and like full circle to like be listening to music that I made and doing that. So I'm just excited for it to be out there, and then take a break from writing for like a year. No, I'm just kidding. For a little bit, not write a song for a little while. Yeah. Thanks for watching my firsts on NME. I hope you enjoyed.